Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I have another mouse unboxing and review for you all. This is the Beast X Max, and it's a really cool mouse that I've been waiting to get my hands on. This is actually Zach's new mouse that he picked up recently, and we actually both tried out the Beast X standard for a while, and we weren't really too impressed with it, so we decided to go with the Max and give this a little shot. And while he unboxed it and he actually really likes it, he recommended that I make a little review on it and demonstrate the unboxing process and everything like that. So I have this mouse here for you all today, and I'm excited to get straight into this and let you guys know my thoughts on the build quality, the overall feel of the mouse, and we'll also get at the end of the video some questions and answers from Zach himself and how he likes gaming on it and what his experience with it has been. So without further ado, let's just get into it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Now, just a heads up, before I unbox this is actually Zach's mouse, like I just mentioned before, and Zach already went through and unboxed this mouse exactly, so it's not going to be perfectly how it came from out of the box, but this is going to be very close, so just keep that in mind as we go through. But overall, first impressions of the packaging, it seems really nice and premium. Magnesium gaming mouse, so we're going to lift this tab up right here and lift her open. We have this need some help thing. And this is basically a really cool little spot to where if you wanted to join the Discord community for more support on this mouse, you can do so. It's kind of cool and a very innovative way of doing this support system now. That's kind of a cool picture. But opening this up right here, we'll get to other things in a second. Here's where the mouse is gonna lie. And it comes nice and set up in this little wrap right here. And we have a USB charging port, I believe. All right, so I like this USB port a lot. So this is a USB Type-C connector to match the end of the mouse. USB 3.0 port for your insertion into the computer. And the cord is very loose. So if you end up wanting to use this mouse plugged in wired while you're charging it, it's a very nice kind of feel. That's not going to be caught on anything, and it's going to be very lightweight. That kind of matches the whole design and setup of the mouse. All right, so next we have the receiver, which is this nice like geometric style kind of block right here. Here is the dongle that you'll be plugging into the PC as well. And yeah, pretty straightforward for those two items. Again, this can be used with the cord as well when you're using that USB receiver, but if you want to charge the mouse directly, you can just plug that into USB-C. And then lastly, here is the mouse itself right here. Now, I have taken a look at the Beast X, the regular one, this being the Beast X Max, and overall, I will say, just upon first impressions of holding it, I personally like this mouse a little more in terms of sizing. Now, I use like a palm grip, so whenever I'm holding the mouse, I'm holding it like this. I'm using pretty much my full hand. If you are in the same boat as me, you'll find that the regular Beast X and especially the Beast X Mini, they're just a little more shorter and you lose that area of support over here on the back. So I'll say it's very similar in terms of the feel of the Razer Viper Ultimate and the Viper from Razer, and that's honestly not bad. I will say it does kind of slope off kind of aggressively at the back here. Overall, it's still very lightweight. Obviously, it's magnesium. The finish feels really nice, and unlike the regular Beast X and probably the Mini as well, it feels very structurally sound. And as we're holding the regular Beast X and not the Max, I noticed that the if you really try pushing on the sides, you hear some creaking and stuff, and I think it's just because it was too small to support a more rigid frame. So having the extra size on the Beast X Max definitely helps in terms of rigidity, I feel like. The switches on these, they sound amazing as well as far as the switches go. I'll pull up my mic here and let you guys listen. Super nice. I'm a big fan of that. 8K polling as well, and you can kind of see the whole sensor down here on the bottom. And overall, I'm actually a big fan of the feel of this mouse. I really was swayed away from it whenever I was using the Beast X, just regular one, the one in the middle as far as sizing goes. But the Max is definitely more mainstream-like, and it feels like your average mouse, except extremely light and feels honestly pretty nice. Now, of course, there's a few more things that come in the package, and they're all gonna be inside of these little pamphlets right here. First off, we have a ton of extra accessories here. So you have some extra grips. You have actually two styles. You have WLMouse alcohol pads, which are really cool. You also have glass skates if you wanted to switch over your skates to a glass mouse pad if you have one. Super cool. And then inside of this one right here, you have a few more things. These are actually extra grips as well if you don't want to use just the regular magnesium finish. If you don't like that, it's too slippery for you. And this is going to be the instruction manual. Kind of goes over how to install the skates. It also kind of gives you a nice little graph area here of the actual sizes of the Mini, the Standard, and the Max. And you kind of see, as you go up from the Mini to the Max, they go up in terms of width, and they also go up in terms of height. So like how high and raised up that area is, which is honestly, I think, why I like the Max a little more. Just those 2 millimeters of space really do help bring the feel of holding this mouse up a little more. To at least my liking. It's all subjective. If you like using like a claw grip, you don't like using the full palm grip of a mouse, the regular Beast X and the Mini are actually not bad. And then it also kind of goes over the process of connecting it to your actual PC. One other thing to note too with Beast X mice is going to be that they have a 1-year warranty period for the date of purchase. There's one thing to note, if you ever have any issues or anything like that, they do have some kind of warranty in place. All right guys, so I got Zach here with me. We're gonna be going over a few questions with him on how he's liked the mouse so far and just kind of give you all his opinions and inputs on what he likes about the mouse, what he doesn't like about the mouse, and his first couple days of use with the mouse and seeing if it's worth picking up or not. All right, Zach, so what are your top, let's say top 3 takeaways with the mouse that's nice about it? What do you like the most about it?
It's lightweight, I like the magnesium feel, and then also the web software. So the software to change all the settings for the mouse is browser-based, so you don't have to download anything, which is really nice. You just plug it in. If you have the receiver plugged in, it works like that too. So then you can change your DPI, your macros, everything through a browser, which is pretty convenient because a lot of games like, Valorant with Vanguard, they kind of hate when you have software in the background. So it's just nice to have less stuff bogging the PC down.
Yeah, like Razer software, not a fan of it.
Oh yeah.
Just so annoying when they pop up all the time with like restarts and stuff like that. So that's one thing I really like about it. How much did you pay for it again?
So it is definitely expensive. That's like my main gripe with it. So after shipping, tax, everything, it's like $145-ish. So there's definitely a lot of mice that have similar specs that can come in cheaper. This is supposed to be like a clone of Final Mouse, so I mean, it definitely has the same shape as like the ultralight large and stuff like that, but just like a more readily accessible version. But there's other mice like, the Superlight Viper V3 Pro. There's a lot of mice that are really, really competitive in terms of specs and weight that, are also really good options. So it just comes down to if you want like this specific shape. If you like the magnesium, how lightweight it is, then I think this is definitely like a really good pickup.
Yeah, because my Superlight is like 60 grams, right?
Yeah, so since this is the max, this is 42, I think, and then the base one's like 37 or 38. So.
Yeah, that's crazy, which we felt the base one a while back, and it was stupid light, but that one feels really solid for the size. I also like the magnesium, because I don't think any other ones come with magnesium, right?
There is magnesium options that are more budget oriented, like the Dare You alloy, that's magnesium, I believe, and that's also pretty lightweight, but then again, the issue is like it's not as good build quality, so there's definitely trade-offs.
Last question, what was your, did you have to adjust sensitivity or anything like that when you switched over to this mouse in games, or?
So I was already using pretty lightweight mice before this, but I went from a Pulsar V3 Esports Edition, which is like 69 grams, to when I was shopping for mice to like, the original Beast X before I bought the Beast X Max, and that was like 38 grams. I had to cut my sensitivity in half. I'm on a glass mouse pad, so like it was just super, super, super fast with such a lightweight mouse. I had to end up changing the skates to skates oriented for glass mouse pads, and yeah, it was definitely a rough learning curve. I felt like, if on my glass pad, like if I barely moved my arm, I could see like my crosshair twitching, so I had to like nuke my sensitivity down.
Gotcha, yeah. So there is a learning curve to them, but I think they're really cool if you can master them and get, really, really precise with them, and that's the kind of the nice thing about these mice here. So that's gonna wrap up all my questions for Zach. So thanks, Zach, for chipping in and helping us out with your kind of experiences with everything. But well, all right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video on the Beast X Max review and just the first impressions of unboxing and everything. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and honestly, for the price, this mouse is pretty awesome. For some key takeaways that I'll remind you guys of one more time is overall build quality, it's nice and sturdy, no creaks or weird things like that. For its weight and everything, it's super easy to move around, and I love how it feels in your hand. One only downside, like we mentioned before, was that these ridges and everything, they are sometimes annoying with your fingers, but I'm sure after a while of use, you'll get used to it, especially if you have any other mice like this where they have some openings and stuff like that to save weight. But overall, for a super lightweight mouse, it's definitely got a lot of pros to it, especially with that 8K polling rate. And honestly, if it weren't for me buying that Superlight 2 recently in the last video I posted about a mouse, I'd probably pick one of these up as well, just because I like it so much. But overall, I'm happy that Zach picked this up and we got to do a little review on this. So if you wanted to check out one of these, I'll have a link in the description down below to BeastX site. I don't think it's going to be an affiliate link, but you should definitely check it out if you wanted to pick one of these up yourself, because they have a couple cool colors. But aside from that, I hope you all liked this video, and if you did, drop a like down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.